In a standard quiz, there are up to 3 teams competing at the same time. Each team can have 5 active quizzers and up to 2 substitutes. There are 3 table officials for each quiz that sit behind the table. The quiz master facilitates the quiz and will ask the questions. The scorekeeper records the score throughout the quiz. The timekeeper watches the time and will notify the quiz master when each half of the quiz is complete. Typically, the coaches for each team will sit next to the table officials. Coaches are required to give the quizmaster a lineup card stating which quizzers will sit in each seat at the beginning of the quiz. For this demonstration, the 3 teams from left to right are the Cool Cats, Super Jesus, and the Marshmallow Mateys. The seats for each team will always be numbered left to right. So the Cool Cat seats are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Team Super Jesus seats are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And finally, the Marshmallow Mateys seats are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For this demonstration video, we will focus only on Team Super Jesus. During a quiz, the quiz master will ask questions for the quizzers to answer. The quizzers sit on pads that are connected to a laptop in front of the quiz master. To answer a question, the quizzer will stand. This is called a jump. Only the first quizzer to jump will be allowed to answer the question. The questions are formulated directly out of the verses that the quizzers have studied. All questions and answers will be taken directly out of the studied text. Each quiz consists of 2 6-minute halves. The quiz will begin when the quizmaster says, "Time in."
Time in. Question, according to John 3:16, who so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son?
The quizmaster will call on the first quizzer that jumped before the quizzer can answer.
Super Jesus 1.
The quizzer is given 20 seconds to answer the question. If the quizzer answers correctly, they are awarded 20 points. If the quizzer does not answer correctly or runs out of time, they are given an error.
God!
20 points.
Throughout the quiz, each individual score and errors are recorded, as well as the collective team scores and team errors. The questions that the quizmaster asks are not in any particular order. In addition to questions, the quizmaster may ask the quizzers to quote a verse.
Question, according to John 11:35, quote, Super Jesus 3.
Quizzers are given 30 seconds to quote the verse.
Jesus cried.
Quotes must be answered perfectly word for word using the ESV translation.
I'm sorry, that's an error.
If a quizzer jumps before the quizmaster finishes the question, the quizzer must both finish the question and give the answer with information from the verse.
Question, according to Matthew 7:7, what will it? Super Jesus 2, please finish the question.
B. Opened.
20 points.
Substitution.
Timeout.
Between questions or during a timeout, coaches may make a substitution.
For seat 4, Super Jesus.
A substitution consists of switching out one quizzer currently in a seat with one that is not in the quiz. The seat number always stays the same no matter who is sitting in that seat.
Time in. Question, according to Matthew 6:33, when seek the kingdom of God and his righteousness? Super Jesus 1.
First.
20 points. Timeout. Quiz out. Perfect score.
After a quizzer has answered 5 questions correctly, they quiz out. If they quiz out with no personal errors, it is a perfect score, and that quizzer gains 10 additional points for their team. When a quizzer quizzes out, they are no longer active for the remainder of the quiz. If there are substitutes available, they may be substituted in for the quizzer that is quizzed out.
Time in. Question, according to 1 Corinthians 13:4, what is it? Super Jesus 3.
Great.
I'm sorry, that's an error. Timeout. I'm sorry, you have errored out.
If a quizzer answers 3 questions incorrectly, they error out. When a quizzer errors out, they are no longer active for the remainder of the quiz. If there are substitutes available, they may be substituted in for the quizzer that has errored out.
Time in. Question, according to John 1:1, with whom was the Word? Super Jesus 1.
God.
20 points.
Once 5 quizzers have answered at least one question correctly, they receive a team bonus of 20 points. For each additional quizzer that answers correctly, the team receives a bonus of 20 points.
Question according to Philippians 4:13. What can I do through him who strengthens me? Super Jesus 4.
Nothing?
I'm sorry, that's an error.
Each team is allowed 3 free errors. If a team receives a 4th error, they lose 10 points. For the 5th and 6th error, the team loses 10 points. If a team receives a 7th error, they lose 20 points for that error and each additional error. When the buzzer sounds, the first half is finished. Coaches will have 1 minute to talk and pray with their teams, and then the second half will begin.
Time in. Question according to Philippians 4.